Today on eBay, we're going to throw up some more. Get that dog up today. Get the little radio up today. The piece is down there. I got to actually throw a battery in it. Also your belt buckle from, I don't know, Wyoming Studio Artworks. Maybe Wyoming, Michigan. And yeah, it's got a little thing in there. 1974, so that's kind of cool. 15th anniversary Kodak, little brownie-ish camera. Another brownie. I don't know if I'm gonna lot those two together, but I'll probably lot them together. Little teapot from Japan. Throw that up. Some Carney glass, little Carney whatever, decorative tray here. No branding, just whatever. It's Carney glass, you know how it is. Where's my brand? Treasure Craft of Compton, California. That and this are the same brand. I just got to clean them up a little bit, and I got a whole bunch of stuff that has to get cleaned up. A whole bunch of decorative glassware slash not dishes, but just glassware and trays and all that, just to run them through and clean all that up. And yeah, not a whole bunch of items today. Got a little bit behind yesterday. I actually had more of those little Star Wars coins than I thought I did, so I got all those up. And yeah, so all these are in boxes right now. They're all in boxes and ready to go, kind of deal. 6 ounces, 4x4 box. Anything that's like collectible or whatever, I always put it in a box. I could get away shipping it in a piece of cardboard and folding it over 3 or 4 times. But honestly, it's going to be like $2.50, and for another $2.50, they can get a box that can be thrown in whatever, and it's not a concern about that thing going in there and getting damaged. Here, I actually sold one already. So what I got is this right here, a simple thing. So that goes in there. Then I had the coin there. Then I had another thing on top of the coin. Then I had another thing on top of the coin. A little bit nicer than this, but yeah. And then yeah, boom, ready to go. And that way the coin was sandwiched in between the I can't do this with 2 hands. The same coin was sandwiched in like the middle here, between bubble wrap and bubble wrap. So yeah, I'm not concerned about it being destroyed or the little folding thing getting damaged any more than it was, kind of deal. A couple of them had a couple folds, but for the most part they were flat and good and ready to go. Obviously they weren't in any plastic. The coins are in plastic little containers inside the shrink wrap, but the thing was just cardboard and shrink wrap, so trying to keep that between bubble wrap and keep it as protected as possible. So yeah, these are like $5 to ship, so instead of like $2.50 ish for something that could get bent in half, you throw it in a box, and it's really hard to damage that thing at that point for like a coin with whatever. So yeah, all those went in these tons of little 4x4 boxes, and yeah, so it's unorganized right now. $21.98 is where I stopped. That's why I got the marker on top there. That way I know where I stopped, and that way my next one's $21.99. And yeah, and then also, so I make a pile, and then that's all going in BM6F1, and yeah, and then actually anything that's big is going in BN, the barn, BN4A3. But I don't have any super big stuff right now. I'm playing with all this small stuff, finishing up this auction. I have a lot of little collectibles that I got to sort through and figure out what I'm still throwing up. But yeah, it's just a whole bunch of this, and a whole bunch of it needs to be cleaned today. Run through, and just everything's got to be cleaned. Even these got to be cleaned. These are actually pretty dirty inside. So I'm going to play around cleaning these ones. As I'm listing these can be soaking, get ready to clean. They do have a crazy amount of crazing. Who knows how old they are. I'll figure it out. but they got a crazy amount of crazing, so whatever. That adds character, right? So we're going to throw that up there, but heck, it is a pretty little butterfly, and looks like it might be from the, yeah, it looks 80s, 70s, maybe 60s style. I'll figure it out. But yeah, all that fun stuff. But yeah, throw up the dog. Somebody's going to want the dog, even though the dog's heavy as heck. Somebody's going to want the dog. Oldsmobile thing right up. Radio right up. I'll probably throw a battery in it just to see if any LEDs turn on. If they don't, whatever. Maybe I'll see it playing, whatever. Kodaks are pretty long tails, whatever, but I'll throw them up. Maybe I'll find out it's worth something worth a dang, but I'm pretty sure they're not. I'm pretty sure they're like $10 units that are a dime a dozen. But I'll throw them up because they'll fit in the box easy as heck. Teapot can be a hit and miss. We'll figure it out. It doesn't have any chips or damage or whatever. So that's a good candidate. Just throw up. Carne glass is hit and miss. Could be something somebody wants. Somebody wants it. It's good. I actually like carne glass. I like that it changed color. So, you know, that's one for just a good pickup for myself because I just like the stuff. I don't keep the stuff. I just like the stuff to pick it up because, kind of, some of it looks pretty cool. A lot of detail there. Pressed glass. Looks like they just pressed it in there. And nothing on this side. You can kind of see it's a carne glass because it's not perfect. That's how carne glass is. It's meant to be made stupid cheap and kicked out. That's why it's called carne glass. Or that and a little sheen to it. Anyway, there you go. That's what I'm throwing up today. Yeah. Thank you.